This is a 2015. It's not. I guess it's like 3 years old now. But okay, yeah. So again, my name's James. I'm going to give a talk on launching your game on Steam. How many people here have launched a game? I know you have. You're about to. Anyone else? Okay, that's good. You bought a game on Steam? Yeah, how many people have bought a game on Steam? All right, good. So yeah, we recently launched our game Casino RPG on Steam about a little over 2 weeks ago. And then we're also in the process of, thanks, we're also in the process of getting our next game on Steam, Exocraft, here in a couple months. So I thought I'd just go through some tips based on the experience with both of those. So the first one is to start early. There's a lot more involved in getting your game set up on Steam than you might expect. I don't know if you can see that there, but the screenshot is just a little piece of the checklist that you need to go through. So there's all sorts of things you need for your store page. Obviously, there's the trailer and screenshots, which are really, really important. That's the main thing that people are going to look at. But there's a lot of other supporting material that goes along with that. And so you want to get in there as early as possible, start fleshing that out. And then, of course, there's the aspect of getting your game up and running and integrated with whatever Steam features you want to use, like achievements or payments or whatever it may be. So you don't want to wait until the last minute for that. Number two is you want to take advantage of the coming soon page. So with the new Steam Direct, you now have to wait, I think it's 2 weeks. Is that what you said? It was 2 weeks before you can launch? Oh,
30 days when you get your fee.
yeah. And then when you get approved, you got another 2 weeks. Is that right? Your store page approved before you can launch?
No.
Okay, well, there's something like that. But so once you've gone through that whole checklist and you've gotten your store page approved, you can publish it as a coming soon page. And so the benefit of doing this is you get listed on that upcoming games list, first of all. And so people can start adding the game to their wish list. So for example, with Casino RPG, we only put it up about a week and a half before the launch. I sort of wish we'd done it a little bit earlier, but basically we were getting anywhere from 30 to 50 people a day just finding it on this upcoming list and adding it to their wish list. And what's nice about that is when your game launches on Steam, all of those people will then get an email telling them that, hey, this game has launched on Steam, you can go download it now. Yeah, so there's that. It'll start showing up in search results. It's just a good way to get some early visibility. It's also a good way to sort of start optimizing your store page. You can add like Google Analytics and things like that. And so you can start seeing how long people are looking at the page, what they're interacting with. And that can be really useful to sort of hone your listing page before you launch, which can be really, really useful. Number three would be, and this varies from game to game, but I think it can be helpful for any game, is to stay active in the community. And once you've got that coming soon page up, you get a community hub that goes with your game. And so there's discussions and people can post screenshots. Obviously that doesn't help before it's launched, but people will ask questions on the discussions, will post feedback. And it's, I think at least it's really important to be in there answering questions, responding to feedback, showing that you care. And if you show them that you care, they're going to care that much more about the game as well. And so that's a screenshot from our community hub. And, there's been a lot of activity in there since we launched, people posting all sorts of screenshots and reporting bugs in there, which has been helpful as well. And so we've been, active in there responding to all of that. Number four is to use your beta keys. So it's really easy, even before you've gone through the approval process, to go in there, request some keys, distribute those, and people outside of your team can download your game, test it out for you within their Steam client, which you really want to do before you launch. You don't want to have any surprises on launch day that, you know, the game doesn't work on Windows or something like that. That would be bad. So yeah, you can find all of those issues before you even go into the review process, get that stuff smoothed out. It's really, really useful. And then number 5, timing is everything. It's really important to think about this when you're launching, because you're going to get this promotion period when you launch the game, and that can give you a really big lift that can carry on moving forward. So, you know, I don't know if, yeah.
I think something like 500,000 eyeballs will see your page in the first week of it being on Steam.
Yeah.
And after that, it's going to drop into oblivion.
Right. I should have added a screenshot of the chart, but.
If you're not just perfect during that first week, if like you
Right.
do all screenshots and you just meant to update them later, like, too late, buddy.
Right, and that's why it's important to really hone in your listing page to, you know, make sure there's no issues with it before the launch, because that's your one chance and you're not guaranteed to get that again. So yeah, I think, so we've been up for 2 weeks. We didn't get featured on the front page, but we were on this new and trending list on free games for a little over a week. And we were at the top of that list for about 2.5 or 3 days. And we got, I should have looked up the actual numbers, but it was around 6,000 new users in about the first week. So just from being on that list. So yeah, I mean, you can get a really big boost from that. I think it's also important, you know, I think it helped us that we really rallied our community around the Steam launch, and I think that helped us sort of stay on that trending list longer and got us more exposure. Another thing that may be useful to look at is back at that upcoming list, you can see, you know, when other games are launching, and it can be useful for obvious reasons to, you know, not launch on the same day as some big game that's in your category, or there's just a bunch of games that happen to be launching on that same day. So you can try to pick a window that works best for you. So yeah, that's just a couple tips to think about when you're working on a game to launch on Steam. Again, this is our game, Casino RPG. You can check it out on Steam, download it. We'd love to hear your feedback. And does anyone have any questions? Yep. This is actually JavaScript. So this, we built it for the web originally, so it's using just Canvas. And then, so since then, we've ported it to mobile, iOS, Android, Windows Store, and now Steam.
How difficult was it to use the Steam wrapper?
So yeah, we use, do you know anything about like Electron or anything? So, oh, right, in Unity, yeah. So yeah, we don't have any of that, which made it a little tricky. That's one of the reasons. So we went through Greenlight, the last Greenlight group. I guess that was back in May of last year. And then, you know, and then we didn't launch until 2 weeks ago. Part of that was because we were busy with the mobile side and working on our new game. But also we had to use a library called Greenworks because there's no official support for a JavaScript game. And so it's just, you know, it's open source wrapper for the SDK. For example, it didn't have support for in-app purchases. And so we had to work with them to get that implemented, which delayed things. And we also had to use the web API for a lot of our stuff because it's an MMO. And so we did things like achievements on the server and payments. And they don't have near the documentation for the web API that they do for the main SDK. So there was a lot of difficulties. Do what?
Did Steam work with you to get this squared away?
Yeah, we had to ask a couple of questions, and they fixed some of the documentation actually on that, which helped us get it through. But so, yeah. Yep.
Where did you go to get started, like posting this on Steam?
So no, so it's just Steam Direct now. So if you just search for Steam Direct, it'll take you to. It all goes through Steamworks, which is their developer portal. Yeah, it's $100 to put a game on now. Before it was $100 to do Greenlight, I think forever. Is that right?
Yeah, you pay it once and you can just
Yeah.
put as many up as you want.
So now you pay $100 for each game, but you don't have to go through that process. You can get up and running right away. It's it's a little closer to like the App Store type setup, except you don't pay a yearly fee, you pay per game.
And if you make good sales eventually, you get the $100 back. So I think at a certain threshold, they'll give it back to you.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, once you make $1,000, and I don't know if it's gross or net, but once you make $1,000, they refund the $100
Okay,
entry fee.
okay, interesting. Good to know. Anything else? No? All right, thanks everyone. Yeah.